Peace. Today's Wednesday, April 10th. Making today's math.
Knowledge cipher, all being born in knowledge.
That's right. Knowledge is to look, listen, and observe, also to respect. Cipher is a person, place, a thing. Respect as you go into all different ciphers due to knowledge. Peace. Hey. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Fact Checker Rage in the house. We've been talking about NIPSEY HUSSLE. Before we continue, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support, or bounty.com/Yanadameen. We talking about NIPSEY HUSSLE and the possibilities if it was some gang shit or some conspiracy shit. I know Rage has some things he wanted to add on. Rage?
Yeah, we'll try to encapsulate this as brief as possible. I'm taking my cue from what Charlamagne the God said on the Breakfast Club.
And what was that?
He right away started to dismiss any ideas that it might have been a conspiracy, quote unquote, in the killing. Like saying we need to stop doing that, and this is evidently hate or whatever it is that the official story says. My personal message I would put out to Charlamagne the God though is first of all leave with the concept of conspiracy theory. From a revolutionary point of view, for anything that happens to somebody in the American landscape with people like the police and it not be the enemy involved, that to me is a conspiracy. But on the other hand, there's too many coincidences, like Diggy refers to, or coincidences. In particular, what NIPSEY HUSSLE was doing at the point in time, not just with the documentary, but he was pushing the independent narrative, and particularly he was beginning to sort of heal the gang culture in this area. There's a history of gang culture in LA that really needs to be examined. In particular, when the truce between the Bloods and the Crips
in Watts. Okay.
Right on.
Which I know those brothers. Shout out to my brothers from Grape Street, Jordan Downs, and from the Nickersons.
Right. Some very verified reports have come out that there were agent provocateurs sent by the police to break the truce. Wise Intelligent had pointed out there was a commission that examined the criteria that made the LA riots possible. And when the commission reported back to the government what made the LA riots possible, they blamed it. They said it was because of the political fervor happening in the music.
Yes.
Particularly with NWA and Public Enemy. So all I'm saying is this, Charlamagne, it's not meant to be swiped. Intelligently, if we don't rule in the state as a possibility, we'll be doing people like Nipsey and all of our leaders a disservice. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean you got to go down a rabbit hole per se and just join into any fancy theory. But we owe them the right to put this thing on the grid properly and unpack it to see what's really going on. And there's a lot happening. The LAPD thing, there's a whole intelligentsia there, and you don't just have to push the button for an assassination. You can allow an assassination to take place.
Right.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So we don't always have to be.
Or you can influence an assassination.
And let me just expound. Great point, by the way. And let me just expound on that because I feel like for people to say, oh, that's ridiculous and stuff. What I was gonna say earlier in the previous segment, I feel like when you have situations like this, and especially with a brother like Nipsey, the fact that he was so loved by both Bloods and Crips, that it was almost unfathomable that somebody like that could be touched. So you have to, it's not, it's not totally ridiculous for your mind to start wondering well, what if it's something else? He's loved, in his own hood where he's given you know, where he's giving back and just being a real, you know, stand-up dude like that, you have to wonder, like, well, you know, well, what else could it be? Like, he's been, you know, he's been clean for the most part for a while, or at least had his shit together long enough so that, you know, past transgressions wouldn't be catching up to him. So you have to wonder, like, well, what else could it be? Like, there's no way you want to see this guy die. So it's not far-fetched to think that, people. Sorry.
Right.
And I just want to conclude, this is very important. You know, there's a similarity. Once you start dealing with that quote-unquote gang culture, and shout out to Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., his father, Chairman Hampton Sr., didn't refer to them as gangs. He called them unpoliticized street tribes. You dig? So why was Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. killed in the first place? Unifying gangs. See what I'm saying? That, like, there's a healthy, nutritious part to so-called gang culture, because it's the only sort of paramilitary wing we have as an institution, as a people. You see what I'm saying? So there's always going to be interested people who can motivate them and politicize them. That's always going to be a problem. So,
now, what I kind of didn't like about this that I was noticing, now, first of all, sometimes when people pass, yeah, I'll put up a picture and rest in peace and all of that. But for this one, I didn't. And part of the reason, first of all, when it first happened, I just felt too weak to even.
Yo, I didn't eat for like 24 hours. I couldn't even sleep.
Too weak to even go on IG and actually, now I gotta Google a picture of him and I gotta download it and I gotta, like, yo, and it's like, why? You see? And then as time went by, I'm like, I mean, what's the purpose? But I started to see people, like, it almost seems like they was almost clout chasing by posting shit about him, like this is the thing to do or something, like a water bucket challenge or you know, like, I don't know, man.
It depends. Like, you can't now, because I put up, you know, the only, I ain't gonna say the only other one, because I'm always affected when, you know, when a young black king passes.
And of course, but I'm not saying you. I never see you.
No, because I put up a picture of him and Lauren. Like, I literally just got finished watching I think it was Ask Me 30 Questions. Like, it was like a video thing that they did for GQ. I was watching that before I went to sleep, and then got woken up by a phone call that he passed, and I'm like, oh wow, you know, like, that's crazy. So I actually posted a picture of them, and I said hip hop and black love took a major L today, because, like, really, that for me, like, that was like the biggest, like, like, I was thinking, like, more than just another rapper died. I'm like, oh, like,
right, absolutely, that's
the black
intertwined.
Yeah, like, and I would say I don't make a habit of doing that, but I did it for Prodigy. Prodigy's death was another death that, right. And Fife.
But you wasn't on IG boo-hooing.
No.
And all, you see what I'm saying?
No.
You got motherfuckers that's on here boo-hooing that maybe they shouldn't be boo-hooing. I don't know. But here's the thing. And I think
it's hard to say, though, especially like if you know him personally and y'all got that relationship.
But some of y'all didn't know him personally and y'all might have been boo-hooing. I think Rage and I might have been talking about this on the phone earlier as it's like, listen, you want to honor this man's life, really? Well, then move how he was moving. Okay? And that means doing for self. You know what I mean? Investing in shit instead of running out and getting jewels and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? The black love side of it, all of that. Like
Nick Cannon is supposed
to Dr. Sabi,
it's supposed to
all of that, like being into shit like that,
the documentary,
like opening stores and be about that shit.
Speaking of opening stores, how about how about it was revealed that he was actually making a pit stop at this? Because I saw a lot of people questioning, like, how's he just outside, no security, like nobody strapped up, nothing? How about he was just making a pit stop at the store to tighten up his mans who just came home from prison? He was about to lace him with some gear on the way to doing, you know, some other important official business, friend, family, whatever the case may be. So he really just got, you know, diverted real quick, and in that instance, like,
they say no good deed goes unpunished.
It's like, give it. He literally died giving back.
Yeah, man, the shit is fucked up. This is just one of those that really, I don't know, it just really hits home.
It does.
You know, I you know, it's a true sadness that I'm seeing throughout.
Rest in peace
the
to
industry.
It's unfortunate that this, you know, this one senseless act is getting, you know, so much more about. Even at his vigil, the stampede that took place, several people injured. It just like becomes a domino effect of things. There are reports that family members of the alleged killers, family members of his got killed. I don't know how true or false those reports are. You know,
yeah, you saw the visual. There was a big stampede.
I'm hearing brothers. I'm hearing sisters.
People got stabbed.
I'm
all
hearing
kind of shit.
grandmothers. I'm talking about.
I know.
You know, retaliatory acts against his family. So there's just so many victims in this situation, and they catch dude checking into a mental facility, and to my understanding, you know, there were even reports that he had been hospitalized prior to a couple of weeks prior to this incident. So, you know, we don't know what his history is. We don't know what their history is. Only time will tell.
Another side note / coinky dink.
Yes.
Is the fact that this guy's name is Eric Holder. Now, wasn't Eric Holder Obama's like Secretary of State or some shit, like Attorney General? I don't know. I thought that was quite interesting how this namesake, you know, they just have the same name. I don't know what the connection is. That, you know, maybe that's
they both work for the government.
Conspiracy theorist in me, but I don't know. Maybe it's to demonize that name. I don't know. Make it so homeboy can't run for nothing later. Like, you do what I'm saying? Like, Eric
it's
Holder.
amazing that he was apprehended so peacefully. I'm like, usually what?
You should be going out.
An armed black man in the LAPD. I'm surprised there wasn't a little. We didn't, you know, hear.
But big, if I may, like, but that's another common theme of assassinations, like the Patsy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Patsy usually has mental problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and fuck it, let's throw it out there. You know, there's MK Ultra. This motherfucker might not have even known that he was doing this. He might have got turned on and turned off. He might have picked up the phone. They motherfucker said Rosebud in his motherfucking ear, and now he's turned on.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Fucking. You know, and I'm not trying to make a joke out of this either. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, these are capabilities. If you research MK Ultra, you'll see that this is a real. These are real things. And people, you're for conspiracy theory. Nah, there's conspiracy theory and there's conspiracy practice. Like, and stop acting like the practice is, you know, just because I have a theory doesn't mean that the practice is not going on. And these motherfuckers got plenty of theories that they fucking go on as fact. The theory of gravity, the theory of relativity, the Big Bang motherfucking theory. Fuck y'all theories.
Well, let's not, you know, with all of that being said, let's not completely eradicate the fact that we as a black community have issues amongst each other. They're deeply rooted.
Absolutely.
They are generational.
And that's conspiratorial, like he said in the first place.
I understand.
And that's a conspiracy in itself.
I understand, but
because that's not natural. That's unnatural.
But I don't want making it a conspiracy theory to excuse the fact that we just have to do better.
Absolutely.
We have to do better.
But
Nipsey was doing better.
But see, Nipsey was doing better. Oh shit! So speak on it, Rage. Hold up, that was
Nipsey was doing better.
But Nipsey was doing better.
He was doing better, and
got cut down.
And the fact that another brother,
he was doing everything
had so
right.
much hate in his heart that he, not shot him once, not shot, like literally left, came back. The fact that he had that much hate in his heart for the situation, we have to, we just have to do better.
Let me say this. So now, all times revealed he has 2 sensitive mass shots and 1 in the head, I believe. That's the sign of assassination.
I understand, but I want to move away from that for 2 seconds so we can stop excusing the fact that we as black people are still...
That's not trying to excuse anything. It's not trying to excuse anything. If anything, for trying to move away from that is trying to excuse the possibility of what really could have happened.
I'm not.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm not excusing that. We're saying that
we're trying to discuss. I'm saying it's a combination of the two.
We're trying to discuss every possibility, but I don't want to gloss past the fact that it's some hating ass niggas in this world.
Absolutely.
And we got to start dealing with those deep-rooted issues.
Absolutely. And so where does the hate come from? Why do we hate? We gotta touch those type of things. And we'll find out that a lot of the hatred comes from deep-seated, meaning things that were placed inside our soil and watered and put light on to grow.
I said that.
You see what I'm saying?
But now, but either we're gonna keep doing that forever and ever and ever.
We gotta cut the weeds.
Or we're gonna unseed it.
We gotta replant something.
We're gonna unseed it. And I think, we have to start with, acknowledging that when things like this are happening in the hood, maybe we gotta be, we're gonna have to rethink this whole snitching culture. And, I guess that's how he was able to get caught so fast. Cause motherfuckers was like, hey, yo, fuck that shit. This is a nigga named such and such that did this. Like, we as a people have to start reevaluating our values. Something like this would have fucked around and been unsolved. Biggie shit, unsolved. Pac shit, unsolved, because motherfuckers don't want it solved. Like, we have to start reevaluating what's fundamental to us. Either we're just gonna continue to be deep-seated, fucked up by the government, or we're gonna start saying, hey, listen, whatever the fuck the government did to us, we gotta nip the shit in the bud now. That's the accountability I'm talking about.
Well, listen, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to my man, Billy Whitfield, Michael Jackson's bodyguard. We'll be right back.
Well, listen, guys, okay? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
BlueChew.com. Why are you laughing?
No, that's what I said. Let me get serious.
BlueChew.com, girl.
Okay.
It's blue, as in the color blue. Okay.
Jay-Z.
Now,
blue.
BlueChew.com brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
Oh,
okay.
So you know they work.
Okay.
They don't give you them headaches like them corner store bullshit that you find in the hood.
Boost pills.
Yeah, all that samurai and all that bullshit, that type of shit.
I wouldn't know about
No good.
Not for me.
Isn't there some shit called like Lion Tiger or something?
Tiger Bone.
Tiger Bone.
Tiger Bone?
She said Lion Tiger.
Tiger Bone.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is knocking Tiger Bone out the box.
Okay.
Anyway, so first of all, you could take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they work twice as fast as a pill. So you can be ready and rise to the occasion. If you get my drift.
Right about now, on the phone, on the line, we have a good brother. In the past, I had hoped that we might be able to get him on the Godcast, and we have him here now via phone, calling from Las Vegas. Joining us on the Yanadameen Godcast is my brother, Michael Jackson's former bodyguard, Bill Whitfield, ladies and gentlemen. Clap it up for Bill Whitfield. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm blessed.
Yes, good to talk to you. Good to talk to you. You know, you and I have history. We both came up in Nauru, Nerverland.
That's right.
And Bill used to run with us back in the days. Well, were we the first group you ever bodyguard for, Bill?
You know what? Absolutely right.
Wow. That's some shit. You done went from brand Nubian and worked his way up to Michael Jackson.
Right
like,
on.
That was commendable, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, I went through a few of the steps to obtain that level
I know.
of respect and trust in the business. So
Just briefly,
that I certainly did some work for.
briefly share with us some of the people you work with.
From Whitney Houston, Tony Braxton, Prince, Devin Campbell, Kenny G.
Damn, Bill.
2-week detail with Bill Gates,
Wow.
big wig there.
Wow.
I did another week, did about a week detail with Steve Bezos, Shaquille O'Neal, T. Brady, Andre Rell, Russell Simmons.
So let's say by the time you got to Michael Jackson, you were well, your credentials were well stacked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Wow. I can remember a night we had at the Apollo. You remember that night, Bill?
Hey man, what happens at the Apollo stays at the Apollo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even get into it, but let's just say, yeah, we did some gangster shit that night. But anyway, so of course we want to talk to you about Michael Jackson, this whole leaving Neverland. You actually have your own film called Searching for Neverland, correct?
Right. We did I wrote a book about my experiences with Michael Jackson, and from the book, a movie was produced from the book. You know, so the name of the book was Limited Time, Protecting Michael Jackson in His Final Days. You know, it produces what was the title for the movie, Searching for Neverland.
Okay.
So it's a pretty good description of the book. The book is a lot more detailed, but you know, my reasons for writing both parts of the book to the movie was certainly to reach back out to his fans. I mean, he had a hell of a fan base, a hell of a following, and loyal following. You know, I worked with a lot of different celebrities, and to see the loyalty and following of his fans, I felt that he left this world without sharing just a little more of his personal side, and I felt somewhat obligated to shine some light on who the man was that I got to know, the man, the person, the father. You know, I mean, just like anybody else, I had my reservations, I had my thoughts and about who he is or who he might be based upon, you know, the tabloid media speculation. But as I got to know him, I got to know him on a very personal level. And, you know, it's definitely not the man that I've seen being depicted in the media. That's definitely not. And I stand to that. I stand by that. You know, when it comes to Michael Jackson, but I found there to be
Bill, let me stop you right there. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come right back with my brother Michael Jackson's bodyguard, Bill Whitfield, who's gonna address some of the allegations made in, leaving Neverland by these so-called victims and all that. We'll be right back. Yanadameen Godcast.